Yeah, so, all right, let's move on from talking about Star Wars to talk about BrockHampton and their new project, Saturation 3. Now, everybody here listened to it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just one playthrough.
just one
Yeah,
playthrough.
same one.
Yeah, I listened to it once today. Um, and this is the third of the Saturation trilogy BrockHampton has released. Um, because this is the third project they released this year as far as saturating the market. That's what they're trying to do, trying to put out as much music as possible, trying to get as much people's attention, and which so far I think succeeded. I think a lot of more people are starting to notice BrockHampton, starting to talk about BrockHampton. And coming in this project, I think that this one might be probably the best out of the whole trilogy for me. Um, I mean, I would need to go back and listen to 2 and 1 again, but this is still fresh on my mind. But I think this one has a lot of energy, a lot of good bangers on here. I had a really good time listening all the way through. I mean, I can't really say too many disparaging things about it. I think that BrockHampton, I mean, if you don't like what they did in previous records, I mean, they kind of maintain that same kind of style here. They do a little bit nice experimentation stuff in some tracks like Hottie, which I think is like this kind of fun, kind of poppy track, which is like probably the most pop song I've ever kind of heard them do. And I think, so they do kind of take different risk throughout this project, which is nice. But it still has that nice Brockhampton tone and Brockhampton feel. How do you guys feel this stacks up against the last two saturations? Either one of you, it's fine.
As
Oh,
someone who has not listened to the other two, I can only take this third one as its own.
Okay.
And as such, I actually quite agree with you. I think I enjoyed this more than I thought I would based on the cover. I thought it was interesting. I'm glad that I can actually understand what somebody's saying
Mm-hmm.
and I could understand the lyrics. I liked how it jumped
I
around.
understand that one.
I liked how it jumped around different styles, but still stayed within its own kind of style, or at least how the artist kept it similar in the way that he was rapping or uh, his lyricism. So I appreciated that, and yeah, I will say there were a couple of bangers that I did like.
Hmm.
Overall, I don't really know if I have much to say other than that. I'm still kind of digesting it, but I think it's solid. If the other two, and you said this is the best of it,
In my opinion, I think so. I would need to go back and listen to the other two, but right now, I
it
think
is it, it
this is
is
the best.
odd. It does remind me. There are a lot of odd stylizations with it, especially in the way they do beats. It seems like very I don't know the exact terminology, but kind of it's just kind of a more dark techno a lot of times, or tries to be kind of trap esque music,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, it almost feels like they're making fun of that as the aesthetic
Hmm.
because the lyricism is a bit smarter than some of the trap music I've heard.
Okay.
So I'm not again. I'm kind of mixed on the. I liked it, but I'm not sure where it falls.
Would you? I'm just now really understanding this word, but would you call it postmodernism?
In a way, I would say that the closest person I would, the closest thing I've ever heard to anything like this was from a album called Snakes and Ladders, and I don't remember who did that, and that was a very kind of British kind of trap esque music, and I'm not exactly sure how I would explain it. So I guess postmodernism would be definitely the best because I'm not sure. It doesn't really have anything. It doesn't really have anything that's kind of really previous modern, or it doesn't have any 80s synth with some artists have been doing now. It's pop sometimes, but for the most part, it feels kind of drab and is fun playing with itself and making fun of what it is. And I mean, the cover kind of says it all.
Mm. Okay.
it sometimes even just sounds like the whole album sometimes even sounds like it's just a big joke.
Mm.
Yeah. Like just you got a point on that one because that's what they're really doing. It's like Josh just said, oversaturating the market. They're doing everything pretty much against what everybody may say that you should do. Like, oh, you should sign with a big record label. They didn't do that, I don't think. Like, Josh, you can probably back me up on that one. I don't even know who they're signed with.
No, they're not signed with anybody. As I know, they're not signed with anybody.
Yeah, so they're independent. They're a large group where other people would rather say, oh, just go independent or go to 3 to 4 at most. They're releasing albums like 2 months away from each other, right? Like, well, the last one was posted what, November, October?
I believe so. Yep. Hmm.
So they're doing everything against what people would advise. Like, I'm pretty sure their consultant is just having a field day over there.
Yeah.
And you get that sense that a lot of the beat work and some of it feels very quickly paced.
Yeah. Their last project, Saturation 2, came out August 25th of this year. And I mean, like I said, it's a huge group. I mean, so to name all the members of the group, because I'm going to give each of these guys some respect here. It's Kevin Abstract, Ronnie, Rami, Hammy, Amir Van, Merlin Wood, Dom McLennan, Matt Champion, Joba, Bareface, Jabari, Manwa, Kiko Murley, Hincock, Slishi, um, Ashling Gray, Robert. No, this what's this last name here? On Tent. Juan Nunez. Juan Nunez. He also provides like the interludes. Cinema 1, 2, 3. He's the one that's speaking Spanish in each of those interludes there. I don't know what he's saying at all.
My name is Roberto and something something something.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying at all. I know I butchered the fuck out those names though, but clearly, I mean, the main stars are usually Kevin Aspect and Amir Van. There are a lot of people that usually are leading the tracks and driving them typically. Um, I mean, does anybody have any negatives to say about this project at all?
It's for me personally, it's not as good as the. Oh, but then again, I have to go back to the first two because I haven't listened to them in a while. I keep telling myself like, I listen to it online, but I need to pay for it if I really want to go back and listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the first two really struck me, and it's like I just found banger after banger after banger, and it's like this one, it has bangers, but a lot of the time when I was just listening, like, because I just listened to it once, and that's probably my big problem there.
Mm-hmm.
But when I listened to the whole album, I found myself just listening rather than like feeling it. Like it was like it's all right. I can't name anything bad, but I can't really name anything good per se. It's
Yeah,
just
I
two
would
songs.
agree with that.
Mm. Okay.
Like I
Um.
enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it and I thought it was interesting, and I like it, but I wouldn't listen to it outside of my free time.
Why is that?
I except for a few. I don't know. Some of them didn't click with me beat wise, and it just I don't know. I just can't really describe it. It just didn't really
Uh,
click with me.
uh,
If that
can,
makes any sense.
can you name any of your favorite tracks?
Sure. I liked Zipper. That was pretty good.
Okay.
Um, Liquid was pretty. It was nice. A nice slower one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I kind of like Sister Nation just because how weird it is.
All right.
So those are probably my top three. But other than that, like they're all weird in their own way, and so
Any
really,
any
yeah, go ahead.
any least favorite?
No, that's the thing. I don't have any that I'm like I will never listen to this again, but none that I would go out of my way to want to listen to as much.
Okay. Um.
I'm shrugging. You can't see it, but I'm shrugging. I don't know what else to say.
All right. 90s. Any your favorite track? Least favorite tracks?
I'm really trying to go through it right now and just think to myself like, what is as far as least favorite? I really don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the favorites, pretty much what Dust said. Zipper. Trying to remember like just looking at the names, which ones stand out. Hottie stands out. I don't remember Cinema 2, Sister Nation. I don't even remember that one.
It's one of the. It's the longest.
Yes. I will say this much: my biggest fault here is that I have not listened to it twice.
Okay.
And I don't know if you're gonna get to this next or not, but the album I've been listening to just back to back because I feel the energy from it. I really love this album. Is the Nerd album. No one ever really dies.
Okay. So what rating would you give this album?
I'd uh I'd have to keep listening. I can't even form an opinion just yet. I apologize for that.
Okay. I would say my favorite tracks here are Boogie, Liquid,
Mm-hmm.
Stupid, Bleach, Hottie. Least favorite tracks, I was struggling to find a least favorite track. I guess Team. It's kind of like a sing-songy type track. I wasn't really a big fan of that one. I did
What
like
about Cinema 3?
Cinema 3 is that's just like an interlude though.
Yeah, so
I mean, I don't even really count those really.
okay. All
Interludes.
right. I didn't know if we counted interval moments.
Not really. I don't really count those. Yeah,
And I
Team.
will say, Heidi is pretty good though.
Yeah, Hottie's really good. I really love that
Yeah,
one.
Hottie was surprisingly good, especially for how kind of jokey it was. I did enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those. I like to ride my bike often. That's one of the things where I just ride
Oh
down
yeah.
the bike with a smile on my face.
Yeah, that's what makes this album interesting. Is I have no dislikes of it, but
Yeah.
I don't know what else to kind of say. I'm in '90s in that way where I'm still kind of raw with it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd just give it a rating. I give it a very high tune in to listen to. I think it's one of the better rap records this year. I have to take a look at all the other ones, but I mean, this will probably be maybe in my top 5. I really had a lot of good time listening to this. I think it opens up really strong. I mean, just track after track. I mean, you have Boogie going on, you have Zipper going on. I mean, just track after track is just really good. I don't think there's any lulls in this. Like I said, I was struggling to find a least favorite track. I think it's a really consistent project. I think it builds upon what they already did in the last two. And I think it comes to a really good conclusion. So I'll give it a very strong tune in to listen to.
Yeah, you know what? I would say tune in as well. Tune in just the fact that we need more stuff like this.
Yeah.
We need weird stuff like this, especially in the main market. And if more people listen to this, that's even better. So just for that, whether you like it or not, I think you should at least give it one listen through. And who knows, you might make a new fan. They might get new fans out of this. So yeah, definitely a tune in. I don't know if it's a high tune in or a low tune in, but just a tune in. Check it out.
Yeah. They're basically Odd Future done right. That's what a lot of people say. Hello, thanks for checking out our content. If you liked it, let us know, and if you didn't, let us know that as well. If you want to see more content, we post every Saturday on SoundCloud and YouTube at The Afternoon Tune. You can also find us through various social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all one word at The Afternoon Tune. And if you don't deal with any of that social media stuff, you can also find us through our email at theafternoontune@gmail.com. And don't forget to always stay tuned.